All right.
That young third topic. You want to
Sweet.
do the honors, Danjo?
It's all
Yep.
banjo.
Swirl it up. Swirl it up. Mix
This
it.
Kylo Ren helmet is actually a little
Mix
bit
it.
awkward. There's like a thing inside that's keeping me from... Okay, there we
Is
go.
it a head?
Is it a head? Noel says no.
Jeremy replies.
Oh.
That's funny.
All right. So
Do you want to pick a different one or no?
I like this one.
cool.
Oh, wait, this is 2 questions. We can do the first one or the second one. I think we should do the second one.
I think we should do the second one too.
Okay. So this one is I don't know who actually sent in this topic. So, but the question is, what is the best movie trilogy in your opinion?
Oh man.
Yeah, this is a hard one. This one is going to start wars in the comments.
Oh boy. Do you guys want to start? You guys
Oh,
need,
dude,
need
this
some
is hard.
time to ponder.
Oh man, gosh, because there's a lot of factors to take in.
Yeah.
Like,
There actually is a lot. Okay, so there's rewatchability for the whole set. There's the fact that in some trilogies, the first 2 are really good, and then the third one is slightly less, or the third is just garbage. And then there's just so much to consider, dude.
there's so much to consider. So I think it'd probably be better to say what is our favorite
Yeah,
movie trilogy as opposed to
that's true.
trying to select.
Which one the best one is on like an actual critique level, right?
And then favorite is just like what
And
you
then
like
just
the
favored
most.
like what you like the most just to watch,
Yeah,
right?
let's do favorite.
Oh man, God, that's so hard. That's so difficult.
I know. I think I know.
What's yours?
It's probably Lord of the Rings for me. That's probably like, I think it's just because of how important it was to me when I was growing up. Like, because one of my very, very good family friends, his name is Keith. He took me and my cousin to see the first Lord of the Rings, and he like took us and like got us ice cream, and he was like, "Hey, there's this book that I read," and we didn't know what was going on. Like our moms just wanted us to hang out with more men because we were both of our moms were, single parents, and then we didn't have any like male figures as dads. So we were like maybe like 11, I think, when it came out, or 10. And he's like, yeah, there was this book that I read. He took us for ice cream. There was this book that I read that really just spoke to me. And it was called Lord of the Rings. And I was like, oh, wow. I think I've heard of that book. And he's like, yeah, it's a really big book. Probably really hard to read now. But if you want, we can go see the movie. And he already got the tickets. He was just asking.
Fellowship?
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
And it was Fellowship of the Rings. And
That's super sweet. I didn't know that, dude.
I was like, whoa, like the intro to it, and you hear Kate Blanchett's voice, and you're like, what is going on?
I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, well, because the first time I saw Lord of the Rings, I was like 7, and it was the old animated version.
Oh man, I love that version.
And it was like super, like,
Just 70s cartoon,
yeah,
80s
like,
cartoon, whatever it was.
really, like, you have like those figures that they would use, and then they would like superimpose it on the image, and it was like actual figures like fighting and stuff, like the way that they did in Bram Stoker's Dracula, but they're in the shadow, and that's what I thought I was going into. I thought I was going to be like really campy and like kind of like over the top.
And you're just like,
and you roll into it, it's like,
The music is so good.
you're just like,
the graphics are really impressive in that movie.
going on right now? Oh my god.
This is grim.
and then you hear Kate Blanchett's voice, like, whoa, and then you see Gollum, and I was like, I don't remember him being that way. I don't remember him being that way. That's scary. I don't like that.
He spoke completely differently in the 70s cartoon or whatever.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's like
was like a cat.
My precious.
Yeah.
Where
Oh, yeah.
is my precious?
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
he sounded so different.
Way
Wow,
different.
dude.
Yeah, he's like
He's
super
like a frog.
Low, yeah, like super low frog voice. And then you have like Andy Serkis as Gollum. You're just like, oh god, you're just like, oh god, so gross. I hate it. And
need a hug.
probably
Dude,
Lord of the Rings.
Smeagol definitely scared the crap. Gollum scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. I was like, ooh, this is off-putting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then
He
you
ain't
see him
cute.
is it the second one? He has his intro.
Yeah. You just
see
see his
Smeagol's
eyes and his fingers in Fellowship.
Yeah, that really creeped me out, dude. Lord of the Rings, I was a mess after Lord of the Rings. You guys remember when you go to a movie theater as a kid and you'd walk out and you'd have that feeling like you can't catch your breath? And it happens to me very rarely now. Like it happened to me during Dunkirk. I felt like I was drowning the entire time I was watching that film.
I felt that way when I was watching Gravity. There wasn't like for the first 2 or 3 minutes, I was like, this is a movie. And then from there on out, I was like, okay.
Dude, that was me during Sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I felt walking out of Lord of the Rings the first time I watched it as like a 10-year-old.
It makes sense.
I don't want to keep you guys go now.
I gotta hand it to you. Lord of the Rings is definitely up there for me in terms of best trilogies because you think about it, and it's like all 3 of those movies are excellent.
Oh yeah.
All 3 of them are good. It's consistent. There is no like people's favorites.
Critically and like audience, like everyone
exactly.
loves those movies.
They all have a different tone and feel. Like your battle lovers will love the Two Towers.
Your
like
epic storytellers will love Return of the King.
Yeah, I think Return of the like as a kid, Two Towers was my favorite, and I think as an adult,
Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Oh yeah,
Return of the King was so epic.
Yeah, Theoden's growth in that in Return of the King was just like heart wrenching.
For Return of the King, do you guys like the theatrical cut or the extended?
I like both actually.
Man, I gotta say, I watched the extended cut again and was like, the theatrical cut is better.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't at me.
Don't at me. What?
No, seriously. I watched
God.
the extended cuts and I was just like, man, these are.
I'm pretty sure. Didn't they cut out like Legolas's entire plot line?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but
most at least. I mean, it wasn't necessary, but is that that was one of the things I heard.
There's just certain things that just felt like the movie wasn't as snappy. Like, don't get me wrong, you got to watch the extended cut. You got to experience it. You need to have the whole story. I mean, you don't like Lord of the Rings, but like you got to feel and experience the entire story. But the theatrical cut just feels like the pacing is snappier and they work. And they're more for me. They're more. I'd rather go back and watch the theatrical.
I can
cut
totally see that
than the extended.
Yeah, I can totally see where that's coming from.
I think I got to go. Crap, man. I want to say Star Wars. I want to say
The
Star
original
Wars.
series.
Yeah,
The original trilogy.
but I'm not going to say Star Wars. I'm going to say the Nolan Batman trilogy.
Oh, of course. I knew it. I knew it was coming.
And I don't care what everybody says about the third one. Yes, the third one is weaker than the first 2.
I don't care what anyone says about the first one, dude. A lot of people are like, oh, the first one's boring. He's not even that way to happen in the movie. I'm like, it's called Batman Begins, butthead.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. That's probably the best Batman movie out. Like, Dark Knight is an amazing story. It's incredible. But Batman Begins is the best Batman movie.
Yep, I would agree with that.
There's a journey. There's a journey. There's an obvious journey there. Like with the second one, it's almost jarring because of the way that things progress. The third one is just like epic as hell. You have this crazy big buff
Bad guy
Swedish
who wins
man.
at the beginning.
Yeah,
Dude, one of my most favorite moments in Batman Begins is when he's standing by the river and he's holding the gun and he makes a decision to throw it in the water. That defined Batman in the whole movie.
Yep.
Dude, yeah, he made that one decision played out over the course of the entire trilogy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a good trilogy, man. And like, yeah, the third movie had some weird plot holes, but like,
So did the second one.
yeah, but it was solid. It was a solid story, and I felt satisfied
It was
at
a
the
complete.
end.
Yeah, it was a very complete story. That's how I saw it. It would have been dope to have Joker in the third one, obviously, but
Yeah.
you know.
It happens. It probably would have made the trilogy even better. Like it probably would have been had a lot more impact had Heath Ledger been able to reprise his role.
Rest
As
in
of
peace.
Yeah.
Today, 10 years.
This recording, it's been 10 years.
As of this recording, 10 years. Gosh,
Bam.
that's crazy. What about you, man?
So you're not going to say Star Wars, so I am.
There you
the
go.
original Star Wars trilogy is easily my favorite. Those movies had such a profound effect on me and how I live. It's ridiculous. Those movies were the first movies that I can remember seeing. My parents say that the first movie that I went to see was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which makes sense as to why I love them so much. But the first movie that I remember seeing in theaters was the re-release of A New Hope, even though I had already watched them at home on VHS, the original cuts. When I saw them in theaters, I was completely transported, and I was like, yo, these movies are amazing. So I would say those ones. If I had to pick a favorite out of that trilogy, it would probably be A New Hope. First one that started.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you like The Force Awakens?
I love The Force Awakens.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Force
That
Awakens
makes
is
sense.
probably my favorite Star Wars movie.
Wow. Holy crap, dude.
And this is coming from a dude who watched the original trilogy many, many times beforehand. I really liked Force Awakens.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you said Last Jedi was your favorite.
I thought, yeah, dude, it changes every day. Ask me tomorrow. Ask me tomorrow. My favorite will be Attack of the Clones.
If Attack of the Clones is ever your favorite, you can leave.
Okay. The day that Attack of the Clones is not my favorite, I won't come over.
Wait, what? Oh man.
Jeremy, what's your favorite trilogy?
Lord of the Rings is definitely up there. Nolan's Batman trilogy is definitely up there. Edgar Wright's Cornetto trilogy is incredible. But I think my favorite is definitely Toy Story.
I was literally just about to change my mind to that, dude. As soon as you were talking, I'm like,
Toy Story.
wait, no,
I
never
didn't
mind.
think about it.
Yep.
Yeah. They're making a
Toy
4,
Story.
though.
They're making a 4, but that Toy Story trilogy
dude.
with Andy's
Why you gotta
toys,
bring that up, man? Why you gotta bring
that
up, man?
is so perfect in every way.
Dude, I didn't even think
And if I
of
had to
that.
pick my favorite, I think 2 is my favorite.
I think 3 would have to be my favorite out of those 3.
3 is a great knot at the end, like tying everything up, and it's perfect ending. Like I've never seen a more perfect ending to a trilogy, other than like Lord of the Rings with Return of the King. But I will say, like Toy Story 2 hits hard.
Dude, I watched Toy Story 2 and 3 with you at your house, like back to back. When
Oh
we were
yeah,
working on Nightwing.
Was that for the first? Oh no, well you've seen it in theaters, right?
No, I didn't see 2 or 3. Those are my first time seeing both. Those
Oh my
movies.
god, you're right. I remember your reaction. You're like, holy, oh my god.
And then we went and got Denny's. It's a good
Yes. Oh my god, that Toy Story.
dude. But I
Story
still think
trilogy is a good one.
I think Star Wars is my favorite actually, but Toy Story is like
Also, like,
there.
I saw Toy Story 1 at Andy's age in the movie in Toy
Yeah.
Story 1. Saw Toy Story 2, the same age. And then seeing Toy Story 3 in theaters, after growing up like Andy did in the
Right.
movies, oh my God. It's like you're watching your own life or whatever.
that is true.
It's
That's
crazy.
what they
It's
did that
eerie.
for, dude. That's
Yeah.
what they. That's
Pixar
why they
is
did that.
very, they got the brains.
Did you
Yeah.
play with action figures as a kid a lot?
Yeah.
Same.
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 I loved action figures.
Lot of
I
guns.
still occasionally like a good action figure.
Good action
I
figure
enjoy a
toy
very
sesh.
good action figure.
My tastes are a little bit more profound. I enjoy a lot more articulation.
Sure. Of course.
Trilogies, man.
Yeah, I guess
there
that's-
are a lot of amazing trilogies out there.
Like The Godfather, except for the 3rd movie.
yeah, dude. So, hold on,
Godfather
really quick.
isn't a trilogy.
It's
just
just 2 movies. What's up?
I mean, there are a lot of films.
Like
And,
Back to the Future.
I mean, the 3rd movie wasn't terrible. It was still.
To this day, I have yet to finish. Back
Really?
To the Future Part
What?
3. I have not finished.
You know
I
what?
have
It's not the
no
best, but I
idea.
still watch it. Like
Yeah.
I like
I
it.
literally have no idea how that movie ends.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't know the end of that story.
DJ. Sorry. Sorry, that was a Just Friends reference.
That's actually that's one of the reasons why, because you think about trilogies, and the 3rd one is almost always the weakest.
Yeah.
and it sucks because even Return of the Jedi, I think is the weakest to
Agreed.
me of the original Star Wars trilogy.
It is.
Lord of the Rings is I think one of the
Exceptions.
exceptions to that rule. Spider-Man 3. We all know that's the best Spider-Man movie. I'm sorry, I can't.
X-Men
I
3
can't.
makes me want to puke.
X3.
Yikes. X3.
X3. Brett Ratner, what a twerp.
What a twerp. Yeah, twerp.
I'm trying to think of other 3rd movies that aren't quite.
I
that
guess they're
good.
just not memorable.
Yeah.
Like if a movie, if the 3rd movie isn't
X-Men
good.
Apocalypse. Not.
Oh yeah, that is the trilogy. That is the 3rd film in the trilogy of the First Class.
Yeah.
First Class trilogy.
And First Class and Days of Future Past was so good.
Dude, Days of Future Past was so good. It was so good.
All right.
Yep.
Let's
All right,
Let's burrito this.
Well, that's going to be it for this week. Thank you to everyone who sent in your questions. You guys are awesome. Remember, check out our Patreon if you want to support the show. We also have merch at teespring.com/stores/Ismahawk if you want to pick up some cool Ismahawk merch like this mug and whatnot. And thank you again for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate every single one of you out there. And we'll see you on the next one. Oh, was I supposed to do that?
Nah, man. You don't have to. It's fine.
It's me and Noel's thing.
Yeah,
It works better though because we're on the actual outsides, so it actually works
Are
good.
you guys round the outside? Round the outside?
Okay, I'm gonna head out now, I guess.
I'm gonna head out.
Okay. All right. Well. Hello, darkness, my old friend.